Do you have a yellow jacket problem and don't know how to get rid of them? Well, on this episode, I'm going to show you how you can take care of your yellow jacket problem for the whole year. From city life to the country life on the homestead, we brought our unique set of gifts and talents to the table. But we've also learned a few things along the way. From DIYs, homestead tips and tricks, how-tos, design ideas, recipes, and cooking and more. This is how we do what we do. Smell the wild turkey on. So when we moved to the homestead, it was beginning of summer. It was June, July. And we didn't really have that many yellow jackets around until it started kind of getting late in the summer and they started showing up here and there. It got to the point where all of the girls had been stung. This Sparrow, we had to call 911 because she nearly passed out. Crystal got stung in the face. I got stung while weed whacking and was running through it like a crazy man with yellow jackets attacking me and got stung multiple times. The yellow jackets became a huge problem. It got to a point where the girls didn't even want to go out on the deck because there were so many yellow jackets around. So this year I decided to tackle the yellow jacket problem head on because we didn't want to have that same problem again this year. So through talking to some locals and doing some research, I have found a two-prong approach, a two-tiered, two-leveled approach to taking care of yellow jacket problem for the whole year. And it starts off at the beginning of spring. So as soon as you get about your first 60-degree day, so here in Idaho, that was, I want to say May, June. As soon as you get your first 60-degree day, you are going to hang up a bunch of these disposable yellow jacket traps. As many as you can afford. I got about 10 that I hung up this year all around the perimeter of our property. And you don't want to hang these too close to your house because it attracts yellow jackets. So you don't want to attract them to the house, but you know, a yellow jacket has a territory of around 1,000 feet from where its hive is. And you're hanging these up at the beginning of spring because you want to catch the queens. So first thing in spring, the queens emerge from hibernation and they're out looking for food. So they want to stock up on food so they can go find a spot to build their nests for the summer. So you're getting these out so that you can catch as many of those queens as you can at the beginning. And what's crazy is that this spring when I put these out, I was expecting there to be, I don't know, not a lot of queens. Maybe if I'm lucky, I would get a trap that would have 5 or 6 queens and I'd be like, yay, I caught the queens. Some of these traps, kind of depending on where they were placed, there was a few of these traps that, I mean, they had more queens in them than I could count. I mean, there was probably 50, at least 50 to 100 queens in some of these bags. So there's a lot of queens out looking to build their nests. So tier number 1 is to put out your yellow jacket traps. I added these yellow ropes to them and a little carabiner to hang them from trees and stuff. They're attracted to the color of green and yellow, so I figure the more yellow and green I can get on there, the better. Out of the 10 traps, I mean, it was interesting because there were some traps that would have, like I said, 50 to 100 queens in them. Some of the traps didn't have any in them. So it was interesting to see kind of different locations that the bees were really frequenting. And I heard someone tell me that spots that you had nests last year, those queens will return to kind of that same area looking to put down a nest. So interestingly enough, it was some of those spots where we had nests last year that I hung the traps that were full of bees. So if you know where there was yellow jacket nests from the previous year, it's good to put one of those nearby. That is phase number 1 of getting rid of your yellow jacket problem. It's catching those queens. All right, so now let's talk phase 2 of our attack on the yellow jackets. another reason that you want to get rid of your yellow jackets is because yellow jackets are extremely aggressive and their stings hurt. If you come up on a nest, early in the year, a nest is going to be small as that queen is building up the nest, but late in the summer, some nests can be up to 100,000 yellow jackets, and you do not want to walk across one of those. They will come out, they will attack you. One of the reasons they're one of the most dangerous bees in North America is because they could sting you multiple times, and it really hurts. So again, that's why we are getting rid of yellow jackets around here. And phase 2 is attacking them where they live. Obviously, those hanging traps are going to catch the little worker bees as they're out. We don't want to catch honeybees because we love honeybees, but we don't want the yellow jackets. So those traps are going to be catching the little workers as they're out scavenging for two things that they love: sugar and meat. So we're going to take advantage of that, and we're going to attack them where they live by putting out some sugar and some meat. And you're going to do this, two different things that you could do. You could do one or the other. I do both of them because why not? The more the better, right? But you could do one or the other, and either one will work. And the first thing that you can do is get a can or some sugary drink. So I've heard people use apple juice. I use 7-Up or Mountain Dew or Sprite because it's got the green and the yellow. Again, that's what they're attracted to. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your can of pop and you're going to pop it open, and you are going to add some borax. You're going to add about 2 to 3 teaspoons of borax. You don't want to put too much borax because the bees will know something's up and they won't take it. So you want just enough to kill them, but not enough to set them off. So you're going to put 2 or 3 teaspoons of borax in your 7-Up, and you're going to put a stick or a straw down into the can so that they have a little ramp to go down. They'll start taking that sugary drink, that apple juice, that 7-Up, whatever. They take it back to their hive, and that borax will eliminate the entire hive within a few days. The other thing that you can do, and this trick I actually learned from someone that works for land management here in Idaho, which they told me is a great way of getting rid of your yellow jacket problem, and it is this right here. Yellow jackets are carnivores and they love meat. So what you do is you get a chunk of hamburger, sausage, what have you. This is sausage. I put it on, I make a little tray for it because again, you don't want your dog or cat to find this. But what you're gonna do with that meat, you're gonna make little golf ball size hunks of meat about like that. And for each one of those, you're gonna put 6 to 8 drops of flea and tick killer. I ordered this, it's a brand called Kingmo. There's quite a few different brands out there, but the key is you want the active ingredient in this stuff to be fipronil. Fipronil is what kills the fleas and the ticks, and it will also kill yellow jackets. It'll kill the whole hive. So find a flea and tick. This is they got little squeeze bottles in there, and what you do, take your meat, and again, for each one of those little balls that you make, you want to put about 6 to 8 drops of this. Again, if you put too much of this in there, the bees know something's up and they won't take it. So keep it to the right amount. And again, you want to find, I think Frontline, there's a few different brands out there. But the main thing, like I said, is what you want to find is you want the active ingredient in to be fipronil. So what you do is you take that, mix your little balls of yellow jacket death, and again, put these up high where you're not going to have other critters and other things nibbling on this. So again, don't do it right next to the house because you don't, I mean, this is meat, so it's going to attract yellow jackets. So don't put it right next to the house, right next to where you're not wanting the yellow jackets. Put it a little bit away. When we put these out, I usually put them around 100, 200, 300 feet from the house so that it's not bringing yellow jackets to the porch, but any yellow jackets that are in the area are going to these little meat trays, taking them back to the hive, and 48 hours, 72 hours, that hive should be pretty much exterminated. And so you're killing them where they live. So, two-phase approach. You do that, it's going to take care of your yellow jacket problem. Thanks for watching.